Good afternoon, Magic fans, and welcome to another night of Magic the Gathering action here at Epic Gaming. Tonight, we'll be doing our usual Wednesday night Magic the Gathering arena stream. We'll start things off with the usual Wednesday night workshop. So I get ready. Let's see, where is the Wednesday night workshop? Is that not a workshop today? Interesting. Huh, no workshop. Okay, so I guess instead of doing a workshop, we'll just head right into ranked. Like I was saying, usually on Wednesdays we do the Wednesday workshop. It's a fun, creative deck building challenge more often than not. Today's quests, we have to cast red spells and green spells, which is why we are playing good old red-green. We can't keep any non-green. We can't keep a hand with green spells and no green sources. We can keep this hand. This hand is quite honestly insane. I think we'll get rid of the Bone Crusher. We still have a pair of 2-drops. We draw a land and we play Paradise on 2. We're able to put the Questing Beast on 3. If not, if we don't draw the land, if we play Paradise on 2, then on 3 we can play the Prada. And if we don't have the land yet by that point, we'll be able to then just play land off the top if we hit it. So give us more options to hit that last land drop that we need. And I have a phone call, so just a moment. And we hit the land. Perfect. Oh man. Oh gosh. It's the mirror match. In with that. Kia! Don't oops me. Don't kill me. I'm scared now. I'm scared. In with that hello. And answer another phone call. Alright, they've got land. Play your Questing Beast. Do it. I swear to goodness that this is the same number again. It is. Oh, Bone Crusher. Okay. Just tempoing it out. Smart. Okay, so now we have the hard part of our opponent having a Bone Crusher in play. We don't have quite enough lands to do the Embercleave play, so I think we're going to go with a Prada. Maybe there'll be a land on top. There is. Perfect. We can play Gallia now. We don't attack yet. Do we attack with the Questing Beast or no? We don't land on top, so now letting this call go to voicemail. I don't think we attack yet. I think, because if we attack with Questing Beast, he just trades the Bone Crusher. Then we still have a wide enough board that we can then... Yeah, actually, yeah. We'll attack the Questing Beast. If they want to block, I think we'll take this trade. The Questing Beast has already pushed the 4 damage. Their last turn was them tempoing out the Bone Crusher, kind of begrudgingly. I think there's a chance that we're going to be able to... Yes, this is very much a mirror match. Good to see you in chat, Wes. Yeah, this is very much a mirror match, so the hope is going to be that they don't have much to do once we get this Embercleave in play. With the land off the top, which is going to be great because it's 5 mana. It's a bit too much mana if you ask me. So now the thinking is, what is my opponent going to do? Or what's my opponent trying to do? Okay. Exile a target card from a graveyard, so I can't even... Ooh. All right. Wow, they are hitting what they need. Yeah, I want those Embercleave in play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could just play the Skews, attack, hold open. Yeah, actually. So if we red, green, play Scavenging Ooze, we have 1, 2, 3 activations, which is 1, 2, 3 things in the yard that I can eat in response to this ability. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we attack with the 1, we don't get the Embercleave. Oh well. Let's attack for the 2. 3, 4. Yeah. What are you choosing? I'm going to activate in response, and you are targeting my Questing Beast, so I will target my Questing Beast. As to not give you a trigger on your dot. I get a life, I get a counter, you get nothing. The hope here is that we're going to be able to stack up the Scavenging Ooze, throw an Embercleave on it, and push and get over the top for lethal. It being at 3 toughness right now, and us being able to bring it up to 5 with the 2 other creatures in graveyards, means it's going to take a lot for burn damage. So I'm not worried about our opponent burning it out before we get a chance to put an Embercleave on it. And they're also just kind of in a rough spot. They've already used their Domri's Ambush. They don't have a... they've already used a Bone Crusher. Pelt Collector is great at this point. They don't... The Pelt Collector needs a lot more. Needs to be an early play, not a turn 4, turn 5 play. So we should be in an advantageous spot for closing out the rest of this game. That's fine. We eat 2 things, and then we have 1 mana. They have 2 mana left? That's fine, though. Green, activate, eat the Bone Crusher. Do it again. Look at my graveyard. Make it a 5/5. If they want to expend another card from hand, I'm okay with that. Okay. 1, 2, 3 for the Gruul Spellbreaker. Then we swing with 3 creatures. We won't have enough to actually do the thing, unfortunately. Yep, okay, that's unfortunate. Well, swing with the 1. We tap the 5. That also doesn't seem that good. Play a 4/4 is fine. Yeah, I'll play a 4/4. Play a 4/4, attack with a 2/2. Catch a Triumph. Why are they running Triumphs? And a Robber of the Rich. Oh, well, that's going to be good for them. They get the counter there, and they also get to another counter there. Also good. And they get the trigger because I have more cards in hand than they do if they attack with the Robber. But if they do attack with the Robber, we get to get some good blocks in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Devotion. So if we can, we need to get rid of one of these creatures. Okay, so does our Embercleave math work out now? 3 mana leaves us 3 mana. We attack with 3 creatures. Yeah, that's good. Okay. So we are going to need to turn full control on for this next bit. Oh, we won't have a card in hand. So that's fine. And we attack with everything but the Paradise Druid. Yeah. We have 3 attackers. We're going to decline the Gallia trigger. We're going to let our opponent declare blockers. We've got the Embercleave in hand. This is a very telegraphed Embercleave. Oh, there's the 1 block there. So they're taking 7. We can increase that by... You can make this 10 and protect this. Runs it on the crackback. I'm just going to do this now. This protects the Gallia. Putting it elsewhere could have allowed me to trample over for slightly more damage, but then I lose my Gallia, and then I would have to re-equip the Embercleave elsewhere. They have 4, 8, 10 damage in play, so if they have an Embercleave, they could kill us. Embercleave on the Pellet Collector is 10 damage by itself, plus the 2 others, that's 16 damage. That's sizable. Embercleave as well turns on Coithus almost immediately. You know, with that GG back. Awesome. I know you guys can't. Oh yeah, you can see what they say. Perfect. I was worried that you guys couldn't see what they were saying. Awesome. That was a solid game. That's kind of how a mirror match goes. Especially if we're on the play and they aren't, they're definitely at the disadvantage. They're in disadvantage most of the time because we get to take the first steps. They have to then respond to what we're doing. And so if we're in lockstep the entire time, I'm setting the pace, and they have to determine what their best play is to try and win the board back. Uh-oh. I don't think we loaded into the game proper. Okay, we're good. Once again, no green source, so we definitely are going to need to mulligan, try and hit a green source for our Pellet Collector. We'll definitely keep this. I think the weakest card in our hand is actually the Gallia. I definitely want to keep the Domri's Ambush so I can potentially use the Questing Beast or Gruul Spellbreaker to kill something. Their medium-sized threat. Or to kill a Teferi or any sort of Planeswalker. So then we'll get rid of the Gallia for now. It's either Gallia or the Zertrod. Zertrod has more flexibility. So yeah, I think it's worth it to just get rid of the Gallia, because Gallia is only ever 2/2 of haste. Plus, we're going to draw a Pellet Collector off the top. Oh, our opponent's playing red. So keeping the 3/3 was a good idea. Pellet Collector. Second Domri's Ambush is going to be very helpful for winning the board against mono red. We'll go big with our 3/3, our 4/4, and our 4/4. And we'll use our Domri's Ambushes to kind of snipe off their problem children. Especially things like Runaway Steamkin. That's problem child number 1. So we're definitely going to play a 3/3. That generally requires 1 to 2 pieces of removal for them to actually get rid of. Especially if they're running the Runaway Steamkin version of the deck. Yeah. Okay. The problem here is now that they have this bad boy. This bad boy isn't that scary though. So if we get rid of the Runaway Steamkin, that shuts them off of mana. And that's important. So we're going to do that. Also takes away 1 devotion, so this no longer threatens our 4/4. We're not attacking. I'm going to try and keep the board alive for as long as we can. They're going super wide, which is good. Means they're almost out of cards. This last card might be a... what's that card? Embercleave. I run it. Duh. This might be an Embercleave, so you do want to get rid of the biggest, scariest guy as soon as we can. So we're going to do that right now. Bip, bip. And they're going to get 2 creatures off of this because it has power 4. But now I'm not too worried about what they have in play. Like this will get in here. Yeah, this will attack for damage. This can get extra damage in as well. They're swinging all out, even with Embercleave or Rimrock Knight. They can only have 1. Yeah. These swing every turn because they can't block, so it makes sense to just start swinging for the fences with these guys. Thankfully, next turn we have to play the Questing Beast. We love this last turn, so we could have played that in tandem to the 2-drop. So we've been floating a lot of mana each turn. Just have a lot of mana hanging where we don't get to use it. I'm going to do a combat. I still want to keep this 5/5 back for blocking because it does not have Vigilance. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 puts us down to 9. Embercleave would make that, it would add 3 more damage, putting me to 6. And then like a Rimrock Knight or something. No, they already have 1 card in hand. Yeah. Questing Beast is unblockable. It's just free 4 damage. So we take those. Take a bunch of damage here, making this guy unblockable. They've got 4 mana up, so they can definitely cast an Embercleave. We're going to throw a Goblin here. Can't block this. So I have 1, 2, 3 damage coming in. Put a Questing Beast here. So we have 2 coming in. Actually, I don't want to lose my Questing Beast. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we'll just take the 3. Not blocking with Questing Beast. We'll take 4. Fury 8. Yep, that's what we were worried about. The Questing Beast. We didn't want to lose the Questing Beast to a combat trick like that. We're down to 6, which is terrifying, but we just need 7 damage from hand to kill them. With so we have 9 in play. They're at 16. So we can play Errata, hope to hit a land, and then play the Zertrot off of it. We don't have any dual sources, so whatever we tap, we have to get the opposite color to be able to cast Zertrot afterwards. Or we play another 4/4. I think at this point, yeah, we're playing another 4/4. Swinging with just the Questing Beast. Now I don't mind blocking with these guys. Or Questing Beast. I don't mind blocking with my creatures now. Yeah, now we block no matter what they swing with, as best as possible, and then we hope that we can survive and crack back for lethal. If they swing out, they can Embercleave. Especially if they hit one of our Embercleaves. Okay, there they go. Swinging with exactly 4 creatures, which means they can Embercleave. They didn't hit mine, thank goodness. They have a card in hand. So we'll go ahead. We'll block with the... This does not have first strike. So we'll block here. And we will block here. So if they have an Infuriate, this is fine, this is fine. We'll take the 1, 2. We've got a 4. I don't think we're dead to 4 damage. Adding an Embercleave only adds 3 damage, so we're fine. Perfect, we're at 4. They have a blocker. They're casting my Goblin. They definitely want to give it a 3/3. Cool. We have 13 in play. They have 2 blockers. Yeah, we're going to combat. So we're going to hurt everything. Oh my gosh, we hit exactly the land we wanted. Maximum luck. Okay, another Robber of the Rich. Make the Tin Street unblockable. That does mean if they have an Embercleave in hand, we're dead to the Robber. Embercleave? You got it? Embercleave is exact lethal. Oh. We almost died there. We live at 1. Woo, that was scary. That was scary. If that was almost any other card in their deck, we were dead. When we lived because we hit exactly when we needed and had the Zertrot in hand. Absolutely fantastic. Woo! Whoever said Magic was easy has never played a mirror match. Has never fought tooth and nail against a mono red beatdown. Oh man, that was close. That was real scary. But we toughed it out. We made it work. I do not want to keep this hand. I like it. I like the cards in this hand. But I need a little bit more. Too many 4-drops. Not enough things I actually want to do with this hand. 3 drops, 1 drop, 3. Oh, yeah, we're keeping this. I think we actually get rid of the Embercleave, though. Yeah, we're getting rid of the Embercleave. We have a 1-drop. We skip our second turn, which is unfortunate. Never mind. We curve out perfectly. 1-drop into 2-drop with haste, so we swing in for 4 on turn 2. Don't play anything. Perfect. And we draw a 4th land for our Questing Beast. There is a 2-mana 2/2 of Flash in green. Hey, it's this guy. That thing I knew about. Okay, fine. So you should have done that after I swung. Like I can kill it and like get 2 more and get 2 damage in. Hit X and put X counters on it. Okay. Turn on our Questing Beast. That's going to be helpful. All right. So they're playing mono green. That's actually going to be a problem. We need a Domri's Ambush to be able to fight through this Yorvo. Because Yorvo is going to get big. This puts a counter on Yoro. They can also put counters on the Skoos if they want to pay. Not on the Skoos, onto the Wildborn. Bum, bum. Yeah, we'll play the land now. Get the Questing Beast in play. Get the trigger here. Oh, well, dang it. Thankfully, this doesn't have trample. Yeah, instant speed, fight effects. Actually, not even a fight effect. It's just a one-sided punch. This card's really good. If you haven't seen this card yet, Ram Through is a fantastic card. Oh no. They have their own Questing Beast. Okay, this is starting to get kind of kind of worrisome. Okay. I think we're going to hold up mana for Bone Crusher and pass. So we're going to Bone Crusher something if they do combat and or other shenanigans. Maybe try and get a nice trade-off. Go to blockers. Block here. And we'll block here. So we play our own questing beast next turn? Yeah. Ranger's Guile, give it a counter and hexproof. Still fine. The Ranger Guile saves the questing beast, but that's fine because now we get to kill the Yorvo. Oh, it puts a counter on it. They also have protection. Okay, that's just game then. Good game. They had... Mono Green is... definitely fights the board a lot better than red-green. Actually, I wouldn't say definitely fights better. I think they go bigger and we go faster. So if they're able to go bigger than we do and we not have enough and we don't have enough interaction to kind of like stop their growth, then we definitely fall behind. That was close though. That was definitely a really close match there. Hand wasn't necessarily the best for what we played against, but. Okay, so we don't have anything we can cast beyond the Pelt Collector, because we only have the green sources. Do we draw it? What happens if we don't draw the red source, or any lands really? We're absolutely, bruh. It's not a good. Not a good position for us. Yeah, we'll mulligan. I want to keep a winning hand. There we go. Yeah. We'll keep this, and these 2-drops are fine to ship back. Howda's good, Embercleave's good. I think we get rid of the Paradise Druid actually. The Paradise Druid doesn't actually help us ramp into anything. Garruk is not what we want to be seeing. Paradise Druid does help us in the form of giving us the fixing that we would need, but I'd much rather. Gets where we want to be. We'll pay 2 life, and then we'll make our opponent pay 2 life. Turn 3, we get to play the castle and a Spellbreaker. They have 2 mana, so they could have a 2 mana counter spell, but sweet, they don't. They have white and they have red, so there's a chance they're able to get us with like a Gideon's Reproach effect. Ah, they're just holding up mana for Omency. Yep, that sounds very much like a control player. And they draw for turn. Ooh, Fable Passage. That means they only have the 2 mana this turn. So we have another Omen of the Sea. We might have Bertha Meletus coming out. They're definitely preparing for Shadow of the Skies. Which is why I want to get this Embercleave on the Spellbreaker as soon as possible. They could have negate for Dovin's Veto, and they don't? Okay, fabulous. Awesome. Neutralize. Counter a spell for 3 mana. Okay. Well, we need So they're going to Shatter the Skies, or else they lose. That's not Shatter the Skies. They can activate it to discard a card, draw a card, discard a card, and yes, they can blow up my. Cool. Discard Dream Trawler, blow up my Spellbreaker. Okay, and then you're dead to Galia. Perfect. All right, we're almost there. We're almost to Platinum Tier 3. We're gonna get that tier up. We got one more weekly win reward, and then we still have our daily wins that we'll be getting over the course of the day. Got another booster pack coming up. Excited for that. Only a couple red spells away from completing our second quest of the day. I'm not sure if that was yesterday's quest that we didn't do, or if that was today's and the other one was yesterday's. But the point being, we're almost done with quests. We're going to get a nice reward coming up soon. And hopefully we can hit Platinum. Hit Platinum 3, get our rank up off of this match. This is our winning in. We've had a really good productive week when it comes to ranked. I think not yesterday, but Monday when I played, we were able to get the store account to gold. Oh no, we ended up platinum, obviously. I think we started at the end of gold 2. We were able to fight our way up. Okay, a lot of 2-drops, but Scavenging Ooze is one of our best 2-drops. Zertrot's an excellent 2-drop, and Paradise Druids. This hand's pretty medium. I'll ship it back. I believe in better. This hand is worse. But I kind of need to keep it. I don't want to go down to 5, especially on a blind. So we got the 2 lands to be able to cast Ambush and Paradise Druid. Double Questing Beast is kind of gross. I think we'll ship back the Questing Beast. If we hit a land, we're mating the Shade. Good to go. Hey, we hit the land. So they're playing red-black something or other. Well, we don't quite know, but red-black. The Mana Crypt on 1. Water Grave on 2. Thought Erasure is going to get rid of the Paradise Druid, and then we kind of just pick up our cards and leave the table, and that's it for the game. If they're doing any amount of contemplation, the answer is what? Oh, okay. Sure. That's fine by me. If you want to get rid of my Paradise Root, I think was the correct pick there for them. So now, what are we doing this turn? I think it's still Paradise Druid because our opponent can't get rid of it. Holding the Paradise Druid to potentially get a trigger on Pelt Collector is an idea. I don't think it's what we're aiming for, but it's definitely an idea. Hitting the Questing Beast off the Thought Erasure, definitely powerful. I would have, in their position, and I don't know what their hand is either, I definitely think hitting the Paradise Druid is more important. That slows me down from being able to cast that 4-drop. Gives them the extra that they need to actually get rid of it. Especially if I don't hit the lands. Okay, so far they're just like 1-for-1-ing, which is fine for us. Like we are on the back foot because they're 1-for-1-ing us and they get extra value off of it, and we are also down 1 card because we had the mulligan. They missed our land drop, and they might have a counter spell. They don't have blue. They don't have a counter spell. We're good. No, Mystical Dispute. Oh, it resolved. Perfect. Let's make this a 4-4 and hope our opponent doesn't have an interaction.
What a great day.
Combat.
I like to think big.
Getcha. Flash is in a Death Toucher. Well, that doesn't have Death Touch, but is a creature. So do you want to be able to... Okay, cool. All right. Do they have their 4th land now? Okay, at least they really hit their 4th land on 5. So they're not totally out of the game. They're not using the shark to block, so makes sense to attack with it.
Watch yourself, buddy.
Okay.
Dare you to
We'll
stop
get a buff
this.
here. Go back to combat. Attack for 4. See what my opponent's got. We're gonna hold the land, try and buff like we actually have something in our hand. Heartless Act. We can't flash a creature in or do anything to give it a counter in response. Gosh dang it. Yep. That always happens there, because even if we start with Domri's Ambush, yeah, they do it in response to Domri's Ambush, and then if they do that in response to damage, we don't have any. Yeah. So that's unfortunate. I think second main phase would have been appropriate to just cast the Bone Crusher as is. For full retail, so to speak. That's a Nicol Bolas. You draw a card, each opponent exiles a card from their hand or permanently control. Yeah.
Spark will be mine.
If he chooses to minus the Nicol Bolas, destroy Garruk, then we get to activate Bone Crusher, finishing off the Nicol Bolas. Oh, he's just using that mode of that. Yeah, that's pretty good. No.
They're a stampede of one.
So now we get the Bone Crusher from this side. Yeah, from exile. Bone Crusher from exile. Ambush the Nicol Bolas.
Science is infuriating.
Do I want to make
I like
3/3?
to think big.
Or do I want to get... Let's just get the extra loyalty counter.
Dare you to
We'll take up the
stop
Garruk,
this.
try to keep him alive. Because if we can threaten the -7, that's really good. It's just terrifying for our opponent. What's it do again? Maybe like end step, get a creature card. Okay. Not actually the scariest ult, but it is something we are threatening it. Okay, get rid of my Bone Crusher. Play a Scavenging Ooze. We will...
Buckle under our might.
end the turn. I've got 2 creatures in the yard that I can...
I will spare you in exchange for eternal servitude.
So now, we need to see what my opponent wants to target with the Nicol Bolas again. And use the Bone Crusher and other activations appropriately. Really hope they minus. If they minus, we have to kill it in response. Yeah, they're looking at my graveyard. They're trying to see if I have. Well, they're trying to see what would happen if they target this Goose. The answer is, I have activations. Destroying Garruk. That resolves.
Your
Well,
existence is
hunt's over.
pointless.
We're gonna go ahead.
Conceivable.
Do that, and then we're gonna hit my Pelt Collector, making this a 3/3. I'm gonna pass. We don't need to put this 4/3 into play just yet. I don't want my opponent to have a board wipe and get blown out
I
for
train
having my
every day.
extra
No
creature
one
in play.
is more prepared than me. Keep an open mind.
So I only get one more creature. Look, there's no creatures in here. Okay. That's fine. The Devil. Artifact creature or planeswalker. Can they cast it? Go away. Red, black, red. They can in fact, only black, black. Black, black, red. Yeah, they have the ability to cast it. So let's. Do this now. I want to cast the Bedevil. Okay. We'll play the Pelt Collector so that if they do cast the Bedevil, it gets me a trigger on it unless they want to cast it now. Cool. Excellent. Every time we hit our opponent, we get one step closer to winning this game. Yeah. It's a forest. I've been bluffing this entire time. Don't you love when your opponent thought seizes you because you have one card in hand and that they've been hand tracking and like, man,
Meditate.
I had that card in hand for like 3 or 4 turns. Where did they go? Oh, that's 2 Bedevils. Okay. Well, that's not good for us. That's very, very not good for us. Let's see. So we can do both of these. We'll cast this one with haste, see what happens, and if we're able to the trigger here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they can only get rid of one of my creatures with the Devil. Get rid of one of my creatures this turn, get one of my creatures on their turn. And it depends on where they want, like when they want to and how they want to. Okay, now we get to go to combat. Attack with the team. We're going all to the face. The awkward part for them is a Bedevil that hits the Scavenging Ooze, increases the Pelt Collector. Down to 5. Wait, they had 3 Bedevils? Oh my lord. Okay. We're not casting the Bone Crusher yet. Well, now this is a forest. I know they only have 2. This is lethal. But no, we already have lethal in play, but they can already target them, so we don't want to. Yeah, okay. We're playing the Bone Crusher. Oh, no, it does not set up lethal. And they only get to do something like that. Well, they only get the... Yeah. I needed to wait on the Bone Crusher. I was overzealous. And they can get rid of this now. That's probably game, because we drew land. We don't have a Castle Embereth. They're contemplating it. They sold the Bedevilin Hand, so that doesn't help me with the Questing Beast. This is our third Bedevil, so we have a chance at not being dead to
I have practiced against many
removal.
foes like you.
Although they get to find one more thing off this.
I have just the
Please
trick
miss.
for this.
Please don't get a card to your hand. That's Liliana. That's downright terrifying. They have enough to cast one of them, but not both. So play a Scryland, see what's on top. Pray it's a land. Pray it's not a land. Pray it's something that's helpful. That's almost helpful, so we'll keep it. Actually, it's helpful because we have so many lands that we can then start buffing our team. We'll cast the Questing Beast and see what our opponent has to say about that. Resolves. Sugar on the stack to put the counter on Pellet Collector. Oh, Heartless Act. Okay. Okay, they're down to 3. That's neat. We don't quite have 3 damage off of any singular
Hone your
effect.
prowess.
Oh, there's a Nicol Bolas. Okay, that puts them back up to 4 when they cast Nicol Bolas. Nicol Bolas also gets rid of my Pellet Collector. Haha! It's a Stomping Ground. Jebaited. I love that almost every single time they've caught, except for the Thought Erasure on like turn 2, all of their hand rip has missed. It's a very good feeling for me, at least. Right, there's the Nicol Bolas. They go up to 4. They can minus the Nicol Bolas and get rid of our Pellet Collector. They can minus Nicol Bolas and do the Narset thing.
The motive suffer
Yeah.
for your cause.
Okay, let's play a creature. They can cast the Liliana next turn, which is terrifying. Play this tapped land. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if they want to play this Liliana and make me sacrifice 2 creatures, they probably win the game. One, two, three, four, five, 6.
Outsmarted you eons ago.
You've done no such thing, Nicol Bolas. I've killed 2 copies of you already, Nicol Bolas. Calm down. They have instant speed interaction. So do I. This gets plus X number of lands I control. So I guess we'll go to combat, see what happens. Oh, no, we need to play this first. No, we'll force our opponent to deal with our creature. Attack the opponent's life total. Destroy a creature 3 or less. Yep. Give it a counter. Push comes to shove, we're gonna eventually... We've cast enough spells to complete our quest. So if nothing else comes of this, we completed our quest. We definitely lost this match. Don't have a kill spell in response, please. Oh!
I have other plans.
Did we win? Did we do it? What do you got in response? Heartless Act doesn't kill it. Oh, Shark Foon. That'll do. Gosh dang it. Okay, well, we're getting there. We're not getting there.
If I were you, I'd just surrender right now.
You make an excellent point,
Like a fun
Liliana,
new
but I
toy.
also don't like you in the slightest, so I'm going to try and believe I can weasel my way out of this game. I can't weasel my way out of this game. Oh, that was a close one. That came down to the smallest of percentage points. Those of you in chat, if anyone is interested in playing some games against the store account on stream, feel free to let us know. I'm always willing to play some games against our wonderful viewers. We have a variety of different decks: standard, brawl, historic brawl. So whatever format you're looking to play, we can definitely brew something up real quick for you, so we can play against you on even terms. Or you can let us play whatever the heck we want, and we may or may not pull our punches or play some really dumb things. Did we get any more nodes for our mastery tree? It looks like we did not. Yeah, once we got, we're over here. Still got a couple more to go. So let's see. When's our next one? We get the German Shepherd next. Yes. Yes. And we get an orb. Sweet. And then next orb after that, it's going to be here and then here. Cool. Let's see if we can't finish off. See if we can't. We need to get. You know what I mean? Let's see if we can't get to the next rank. I'll keep this hand. This is a great hand. Got 1 drop, 2 drop, 2 drop, 2 drop. Nothing. If we don't draw any lands, then we play all of our we play our 1 drop and flood the board of 2 drops and try and burn our opponent out. If we do hit a land, we'd go 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop. All of haste in that order. I will pay 2 life. I have no fear. Look at our opponent being a respectful player and playing their Fabled Passage and immediately activating it, as opposed to playing a Fabled Passage and just sitting there with an active. We don't want Gallia to die, so we play a Zero Trial of Haste to get the trigger here. And if they want to trade for either of those, that's great. If they don't, then they take 4. Awesome. Send them back one turn, so to speak, by not letting them have the Paradise Druid is good for us. Now we can play a 3/3. Big hasty boy. Unfortunately, not having the Zertrod in play is going to be unfortunate, because now we can't have 3 creatures attacking with Gallia. But oh my gosh, they are playing exactly what we're playing. I certainly feel bad. My opponent had to sit through me timing out there. We are gonna block. How do we want to block? Wait, I want to block. Let me block. Let me go to blockers. Game. I'm here. I can do things again. Oh, I got some relief now. Gotcha. Wait, did it skip my? They skipped blockers because I. Okay, cool. Awesome, fantastic, great, cool, awesome. I would have been better off if I conceded when the customer walked in. Gosh dang it. I could have won. Ah, well. Hand is good, though. We got 1 drop and the 2 drop. If we draw a land, we have 3 drop and all our good stuff. Land Oven tells me immediately that they are on the sacrifice deck. They're going to be playing cats and other things. Unless they're playing Jund Sacrifice. Because there's the Jund and there's the red-black sacrifice, which are slightly different. And the mono-black, like aristocrats. This one always has haste, so we want to play it this turn, because this one could be a 3-3, potentially later, which is what we want. Swing for 4. They have to deploy 2 creatures to be able to activate this next turn, which is good for us. That's all they're doing next turn. Well, I guess they'll have 3 mana, but hopefully we then we'll get to do anything too busted with the Priest of Forgotten Gods. We definitely could have Bone Crushed it before they got a chance to untap with it, but I kind of liked pushing the extra damage. That was 4 damage instead of 1. And now, if they activate Priest and get some value off of it, oh well. We're going to be able to Bone Crusher it next turn. Awesome. Mayhem Devil doesn't actually do that much for them. So now... Now we contemplate... Well, we actually need to get rid of the Priest. Because we can just play a 4-4, or a 3-3, or a 3-3. Put us into a 3-3 and swing with it. Yeah. Buff, swing, make them consider getting rid of their Mayhem Devil. Unfortunately, if they just take the 3 and leave these around, they get untapped with both a Mayhem Devil and a Priest and an Oven, which is really scary. Yep. So, thankfully we have some sacrifice fodder to the Priest activation. We're at decent life total, so we're not worried about the Mayhem Devil. At most, will sacrifice 2 creatures, maybe 3 creatures. Actually, it's permanent for Mayhem Devil, so if they get some Witch Oven and cat activations going, then there's a chance they'll be able to do some extra damage. That's one of the things we don't like to see. Claim the Firstborn is one of the best cards in this deck because of that. Yep, we take the 6. Then they sacrifice these guys to Priest, getting a lot of value because they consider my Gallia and the Rada. Yep. Oh wow, they get rid of everything. Just put Pope. They knew what they're doing. Wow. It's not often you see your opponent actually like do everything proper. That was the best possible turn they could have had there. All for 1 mana. That was all on 1 mana. That was them 1 mana spell, activated everything they did that turn. Okay. Death Touch Menace. Oh, they're just going to do it again. Great. Okay, well, we're dead. We've been dead for the last few turns. Cool. We made the grave mistake of not casting, of looking for more damage on turn 2, and not respecting the, whatchamacallit? The Priest of the Forgotten Gods. We need to do that on. We needed to get rid of that card on 2. We had the option to, and we chose not to. We'll keep it. Play a tap 101, untap land on 2. Play a Zeratrah, play a Questing Beast. Yep, they got a 1/1. They're playing Temur Adventurous most likely. I was just playing mono green. I just played mono green, I see. Oh, we've drawn lands. That's good. We'll match the 3/3 with a 3/3. Now they get to play a 5/5. No blocks. This can't attack, so they can still block with it. That's really obnoxious. Okay, only play a land. Wait on the Bone Crusher, and we're not attacking. We're waiting until they do something, potentially go to combat, so that we can get rid of the 1/1 before they get a chance to attack with the Love Struck, so they don't actually get a chance to attack with it. They still cost 1 mana to do the thing. That's fine. I didn't. I needed to do that before they went to combat. Gosh, dang it. Alright, let's focus and have a good game. This hand is terrible. This hand is sufficeable. Yeah. Hand is probably worse than the first hand we had, but it's better by comparison because it's only 6 cards as opposed to 7 mediocre cards. Playing against Bant Ramp, so this is already an auto loss. Untapped land, Growth Spiral. Oh, Omen of the Sea. Let me say that at least they're an honest enough player to cast it on their own turn instead of trying to bluff like they have a response. So now are we Bone Crushing or are we playing a Paradise Druid? I think the answer is Bone Crusher. So we're going to shock them on their turn and then Bone Crusher on our turn. Damn, it doesn't stop life gain. That's fine. Resolve all. Oh, there you go. There's the white of this Bant deck. Okay, the land. They are going to untap and hit us with a... What's that card? Shatter the Skies. So I think it actually pushes damage this turn. So I think we actually just want to hit for 3. Yeah, we'll Bone Crusher, because then if they shatter, we get to draw a card. Now if they don't shatter, then value? They still need to hit that other white source to be able to cast it. I'm just assuming they have the white source in hand. If they don't, then we have the game. There's the white source. Oh, just miss it. Okay.
Together, we will prevail.
Make a 3/3.
Be wary of the ground you walk on. See what our opponent does first. They block to mitigate damage, then we wait. If they... Oh, cool. There's taking it. Like that. We can hold up... Now we can just hold up Bone Crusher. Yeah, we get the Bone Crusher them on our turn. Bone Crusher on their turn, and we have Spellbreaker as a 4/4 or a 3/3 haster on their turn. I mean, on our turn again. Rise, my elemental friend.
So Shadow Sky does kill these, which is pretty neat.
Ah, they're going to exile everything. That's fine.
Strive
3 or
for
less.
balance
Get rid of my Bone Crushers.
in all things.
Well, we'll put the opponent to 1. See if they have a see if we can somehow find 1 more point of damage somewhere in our deck. If not,
I will destroy if I must.
if not, they're gonna stonewall us out of the game. Oh, they can just. Oh no, Urza's in the graveyard. They can't, and they have no graveyard, so they actually can't stop us. So they can't Uro to get out of range.
The land fights for us.
I'll take 9 damage. Just waiting on. Okay, that's game. Well, let's see if we can't get some wins in again. One drop, 2 drop, Scry gives us a land, gives us extra shots at the land for our 3 drops. I'll keep it. There we go first, that's pretty neat. Perfect, that's the land we need. Play Haster on next turn. That's such an obnoxious card. Okay. We'll go to a +1/+1 counter. That way, whatever they run out next has a less chance of killing it, or it can trample over for more damage if they play another one of these 2/1s. This card is such a pain. Good, another one. Thankfully, this Questing Beast jumps over it, so I don't have to worry about the Questing Beast getting killed by the Mire Triton. And this is going to trample over for 3 damage. And if we draw land, which unfortunately we did not, we get to Embercleave. But in the meantime, we'll play this Pellet Collector, and we're going to buff the Pellet Collector, and then we're going to get a land hopefully off the top. Questing Beast on top, though, is really nice. Chose not to block with the creature. That was probably... You want to be blocking with this. Like, you want this in your graveyard so you can get it back.
especially against a questing beast. Well, now we get to kill our opponent, most likely. Okay. There we go. We drew the cards we needed in the order we needed them. And our opponent's stall tactics didn't work out for them. All right. Let's see. We've got 2 drops, spell, 4 drop to work towards. We'll keep it. I'm already regretting this decision. Oh, against cats. Okay. Well, not as bad then. We are going to die to flyers, though. It's blue-white flyers, which is going to make things very difficult. So creatures you control with flying have pay 2 to target. Okay. Nothing has haste in my hand. We attack for 3. Okay. Spells your opponents cast that target this creature cost 2 more to cast. Okay, so we can't Bone Crusher. That's fine. We'll play a Pelt Collector, and then we'll play a Scavenging Ooze, buffing the Pelt Collector. And then next turn we'll play the Questing Beast, and hope our opponent doesn't have a lot of cats in play. Well, flyers in play. Okay. They could have Mystical Dispute, which I really, really, really hope they don't. They don't have the space for Mystical Dispute. Why, and why? That's such an obnoxious and asinine card. 2 mana counterspell. Cool. Awesome. Okay. Well, I'll play Garruk.
Like a farmer fertilizes crops. Feed the folk out of our way.
We're just dead, actually. Yeah, we're just dead. Blue-white flyers featuring counterspells. A personal favorite of everyone who hates my line of play. Oh, we have 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop. We just need the pelt. We just need the, no! I want to concede now. Why bother at this point? They start playing a slow deck. Somehow we managed to get our Questing Beast to resolve. And it actually connected. Impressive. Ah, it's because they're playing Growth Spiral. Yeah, they're not planning on interacting with what we do. They're just trying to ramp into whatever dumb 12 mana combo they're trying to do. Yep, it's Wilderness Reclamation. They're just trying to ramp into doing ridiculous dumb things they shouldn't be able to do. So if we swing, if we full swing, we have the Ember Cleave, but Ember Cleave is never going to resolve, and they're going to Brazen Bar with its back to our hand. So we're going to play multiple things. So we're going to play a Pellet Collector. I'm going to play a Hasty Spellbreaker that we can't bounce back to our hand. We're going to full swing, and they're going to bounce back the Questing Beast and take 5. Ah, Sharkfoon. Is there a trade with a Paradise Druid? Okay. I'll let my opponent take suboptical lines. This tells me that they have a Thunderous Wrath. The 4 mana deal 4 to everything. So they tap everything in response, and then all the lands untap, and they have a bunch of mana floating in their end step. So what instant speed spell are they trying to cast, or spells are they casting? Okay. Cool. And they're dead. I guess they have 2 mana. Well, they have Counterspell, they have Counterspell. Cool. I do like this card as a concept. Double the power of a creature. I appreciate that it's double the power of a creature, not give a creature plus X plus O, where X is the creature's power. They're just like, double a creature's power. You know what that means. We'll write a rule for it, but we know what that means. Double a creature's power. Okay. Alright. We got 1-drop, 2-drop interaction. We'll call that close enough. And depending on what we draw off the top, we might be able to, we might play Paradise Druid on 2, so we get the Questing Beast on 3. Or if we draw actual 3-drop, we'll cast the Gallia, so we can hit for 4 on 2, and then be able to play a 3-drop on 3. And depending on how things go, if we need the Domri's Ambush on 2, that's a thing we can do as well. Alright, hopefully our opponent knows how to take somewhat fast turns. They did not play a 1-mana Mullen Haster. That was a surprise. Perfect. there's the shock that I saw coming. Perfect. Second Pyroling, that's going to be a problem. Okay, so now we just need our Bone Crusher to, well, not Bone Crusher, we just need our board to kind of live. Yeah, Pyroling's scary. Thankfully not doing too much in the way of non-combat damage. So, yeah, we'll get rid of the Fervent Champion. Okay, swinging of 2 creatures lets us Embercleave. I do not fear my opponent. We'll play this tapped, and the game is pretty much locked up at this point. They would need to Wrath our board to to get us out of this game. Even if they do, we still have a Bone Crusher to replay, and we still have cards we draw. Cavalade is scary, because they get to get the trigger here and do quite a bit of damage. But not much else beyond that. Oh, Infuriate. Oh, gosh. Yeah, they definitely could have killed us. Could being the operative word. Yeah, if we hadn't had the Bone Crusher and the Domri's Ambush in the timings that we did, we definitely would have lost that game. But we had the interaction when we needed it. The trouble here is that these have first strike, so any buff that they have in hand, which they do have buffs in hand, makes it so this isn't a trade, it's just a block. So I kind of don't want to do it, but we need to. But it isn't good for us. It's just awkward because we don't have anything that's actually going to be able to deal with what they're doing. Yep. So that 8-4 damage, because they ate a shock and 2 damage from this. But it's not going to do much more than that. So we can play a Pelt Collector. Play a Paradise Druid. They swing out again. Oh, Christ. Well, blocking just loses us our creature. Yeah, this game is over. All right, folks, I'll be back in just a moment. All right, folks, I am back. I think we've got time for a couple more games before we call it a stream for the night. We appreciate you folks hanging out. Okay, let's see. 1 drop, 2 drops, Bone Crusher. We'll call that good enough. Probably play a Paradise Druid on 2. Skews on 3 is pretty good if I have something die. Skews is great on 3 because then we have something that's already dead. But yeah, get the Paradise Druid on 2, buff our Pelt Collector. Swing in. Yeah, the full art Pelt Collector. Fancy. Swing in. Yep. I'm going to do something probably very similar. Yep, play a Scoos, get a counter. Not attacking, though. Okay. Now we get to do this, though, which should be really good for us. Boom, boom, boom. Can't block the questing beast. They can double block if they'd like. I do want to kill the Scoos first, not the Pelt Collector. Or did I kill the Pelt? We killed the Scoos first. The Pelt Collector will grow, but I'm not as worried about the Pelt Collector as I am the Scoos. Because then if they play their Scoos, then we have a Scoos fight, and things just get awkward from there. You get the counter there, but they don't get to swing through. Once again, reason for why we do what we do. So now we get to attack. Let's see. We'll only have 1 activation if we don't swing. If we do swing, yeah, we'll swing. We'll see what they think about us swinging with a Paradise Druid. They don't block, then it's just 2 extra points of damage. Double blocking. Oh, they're both 3/3s. I forgot that they could get through. And unfortunately... Oh, what's that Death Touch? I can just assign 1 to each. They both die. Play the Scoos, leave mana open for Bone Crusher. And if need, and we can also just Pelt Collector not Pelt Collector, Scoos their graveyard. But if they play something, we can Bone Crusher. Awesome. Gain control of a creature. So Act of Treason. Add 2 mana. Okay, so it's a 2 mana. It's a 2 mana Act of Treason, but you have to pay 4 first. So if it resolves, you get a bunch of it's cheaper than casting a normal Act of Treason, but you don't get to cast it on turn 2. You have to wait till turn 4. So design-wise, it's fair. Scoozes are good. We'll keep the Scoozes. Mono white. Yep, mono white's gonna be a pain. We're gonna actually have to hold up mana for this Bone Crusher in case our opponent does something crazy with the Healer's Hawk. The hope is they play a land and try to like buff it. Yeah, you can have your dog, that's fine. Those are both much better cards than the card I got rid of. We're good on lands, so we can just play this. Oh, we don't have the mana to do that. Okay, we'll play the 3/3 then. Let's play the card on curve. And on top is Unfortunate. And Casket just hits every time. Okay. Hates your life, and we'll just jam a Skewz and a Druid. Oh, Heliod. 1, 2, 3, 4. So one more devotion turns the board on. I'm gonna try and get rid of your Speaker of the Heavens. Do you have a response? Oh, I can't cast this in response. I thought this was... that's fine. This is fine. Whoops. Didn't read my own cards. Leave this open. Gosh dang, I'm not focused nearly as much as I need to be for what I'm doing. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yep, resolve, get a counter, resolve, get a counter. Yeah, they get a lot of good value here. Blocks. No blocks, I guess. That feels bad. And then get another counter on stuff. We can trade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it doesn't matter if we get rid of this. I'll eat their hawk and get a 3/3. Well, there's not much I can actually do. Alright, well, we can't do this actually. Oh, yeah, we can with Paradise Druid. Or we can get 2 activations off of the Skewzes. Okay, well, I'm done playing this game. Alright, so we have nothing we want to keep. Well, 2 drops. We have no green sources. Yeah, we'll keep this, I guess. We don't want this tapped land. We don't want this Domri's Ambush. They have 1 drop. Yeah. We have multiple Bone Crushers. Red-black. They're playing Sacrifice. Which means they have a removal spell for my Pel Collector. Most likely. Oh, they're Grixis control. Cool. It means our life total is irrelevant. They're never going to actually damage us till they win the game. Their goal isn't to actually kill us. It's their goal is to attack our hand size and perseverance. Then eventually we give up out of frustration. Alright, well, if our board lives until next turn, we get to play a Questing Beast and hit our opponent for a bunch. If our board does not live, then hopefully we draw a land and play a Questing Beast and hit our opponent for an okay amount. Awesome. They have all their mana available. Play Garruk instead. Because if Garruk lives, rather, okay.
Back off and let the grow.
So what do they cast? Ereboses, give a creature -X. Okay. Yeah. So Garruk allows us to make all of our future creatures bigger and scarier. They turn all of our threats into bigger threats. Whereas just playing the Questing Beast potentially gets just killed. Granted, we didn't get to push any damage last turn, which is the very unfortunate nature of playing that line, but we'll see what happens. If they're considering playing a Nicol Bolas and then blowing up the group, then that's a different story. Actually, they play a Nicol Bolas, blow up the Garruk, then we get to just play a Questing Beast and kill the Nicol Bolas in their face. But looks like they are floating mana for a counterspell, most likely. So, force them to have it. They don't. See if we can get the Questing Beast to get buffed and swing in for damage. There we go.
They're a stampede of one.
There's the Nicol Bolas, and it's going to minus the Nicol Bolas and kill the Garruk.
Will be your end.
Doing so is kind of risky, as I do have a Paradise Root in play, so if he does that, then the Paradise Root just kills the Nicol Bolas.
So generous.
Growing.
Okay, well, we do this.
Dare you to stop this?
Go to combat. Attack our opponent's face. Cool. I will accept your donation of 5 damage. Now let's get your
Will be painful.
Well, that's unfortunate. We can't use our Garruk very well, but we can't really swing through. Don't oops me. What do you have? I'm not attacking. We're just gonna let it rock. Oh, interplanar beacon. That's neat. We'll block with a druid. Ah! So, didn't matter. Perfect. And there goes my goblin. Okay. Well, this has haste. Alright, Fae of Wishes. Oh, it just blocks forever. Gosh dang it. Yep. Targets minus X for X number of cards in the graveyard. They have a lot. So we're gonna kill this goose.
Address me as Queen of the Dead, please. Strong. You grow weak.
Let's kill Liliana.
Well, that was a waste.
And then play our creature. Never mind, they have another Liliana, and that Liliana doesn't actually cause this to trigger.
Seize the day, my minions.
Okay.
Oh, you can scream if it hurts too much.
I'm done playing this game. Alright, we're making some tweaks. We keep getting blown out by Glass Casket and Sorceress Spyglass, so I'm through playing with the deck. So we have 2, 6, 8, 25, 15, 24 lands. We have a lot of 2-drops. We can cut it. We can cut some 2-drops. Cut Gallia. Grab Gemrazor. And we're gonna cut, and we're gonna find, what's the other card we really need? Oh, right, you have any number of 7 dwarves in your deck? No, you have 7. Okay, not infinite. Come on, game. Is there a fireball effect that I can run? That's my best burn spell. Looks like there is not a proper fireball in standard, which is fine. Let's see, actually. Purpose Intervention. Creature of Planeswalker. No, that's not what we need. Dominance is definitely not what we need. And then Volcanic Geyser is too much mana. Yeah, so we're just going to grab a second Gemrazor. Good thing about Gemrazor as well is they that a Gem Razor is that it also has reach, so it helps us against the mono white flyer and the blue white flyers. Help us against the flyers deck. Help us against the enchantment decks. Help us against a variety of things. Original list had one in it, and that was a list from a while back before Core, actually not before Ikoria, but an older version of this list was running both. Was running one of them and some other stuff. Take another mulligan. And now we just concede. Sometimes that's the nature of the mulligan, is if your hand is just Garbo, your hand is just Garbo. Sometimes you just draw not good cards. I think this is going to be our last game for the night. So thank you very much for tuning in. We are mulliganing this hand. We'll keep it, and we'll get rid of the ambush. Play a tap land. One has a Lurrus, so they're just playing mono black Getcha, which is fine. We'll play a 3/3. Outstats their 2/1 by a lot. There's not too much I'm afraid of when it comes to buffs. When it dies, deal damage to a creature or planeswalker. That's fine. Okay, we'll pay 2 for the stopping ground and play a Spellbreaker. We'll make the Spellbreaker a 4/4. So we can kill one of their creatures or push 3. They can use the Celebrant to trade it, and that's fine. So now I still have my 4/4 of Hexproof. And Trample and all the other goodies. Alright, there's an oven. Second oven, okay. Yeah. Play the Corsair Crucifix, see what's on top. Not a land, but I do like that card. Although I don't really need it right now, so we'll get rid of it. Hopefully you have something better on top. Pellet Collector is not better, unfortunately. They will attack. Not sure they have on what, so they can. They block and sacrifice. That just does 4 damage to my opponent. Okay, that's not helpful. This says trample. You just take all of the damage. That actually just did nothing for you. It drew you 2 cards. You could have done that at any other time and it would have been fine. Okay, 3 mana, bring him back. This has Death Touch, okay. And Archfiend's Vessel. Okay. Land. I'll land on top. Pellet Collector Scoos. And we still have 2 green sources for buffing Scoos. This thing was Death Touch, so I'm not happy about that. So we're just going to pass. Actually, we'll attack with our first striker. It still trades because of Death Touch. That's fine with me. Yeah, Death Touch. So even if I did buff it in response, it would have stayed. It would have died anyways from Death Touch. Yeah, that's fine. Excellent, they conceded. They realized they were dead to my board. And also just in general. Okay, well, we're still in plat 4, and we didn't really do as bad as we could have, so awesome. All right. There wasn't a workshop today. That's weird. Traditional, draft, premiere, jumpstart, historic event. Yeah, weird. Okay, well, that is going to do it for tonight's stream. Thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in and supporting the stream. We will be back tomorrow night for our usual Thursday night Final Fantasy tournament. If you are interested in taking part in any of our streams, whether it be for Magic or Final Fantasy or any of the other games we'll be expanding into as we continue to do this, if you're interested in joining us, feel free to check out the link to our Discord in the video description. You'll be able to get connected with our community and be notified whenever we're starting up streams like this. And you'll also be invited to take part in these streams if you're interested. So, thank you very much for tuning in. Stay safe out there and enjoy your night.